Greetings and welcome back everyone. If you like these daily crypto analysis videos, hit the like button and subscribe. Please share these videos with your friends to help the channel grow. I'm Crypto Snake, back again to discuss some Bitcoin analysis. Today I want to start out by highlighting this ascending triangle formation that Bitcoin is forming, and why I think it may be the catalyst to actually take us to that 7,000 mark. So just in case you don't know what an ascending triangle is, an ascending triangle is a continuation pattern formed by basically hitting the same highs and higher lows as we test a resistance level. This is very often concluded with a large green candle breakout, and I'll lay out why the technical analysis may actually support this move. So on the 4-hour chart and also on earlier time frames as well, the RSI is actually descending. The RSI is descending and the price is still staying within this ranging territory, and its range is actually tightening. Also, the SAR, while moving bearish, hasn't actually had a lot of force to it or momentum in the downward direction. So the following SAR dots will be bullish, which should give us some nice support to possibly break through this resistance and move up to test the 7,000 area. Now moving down through the time frames as well with the Ichimoku cloud, Bitcoin's price has basically been in this ranging territory with the Chiku span within the price moving straight through, flying right through this cloud. We normally, when we go into a cloud like this, we would break down, but because the Chiku span is within the price, it's just in ranging. This continues all the way up. Same thing on the 2-hour, we are in the Chiku span ranging territory. We're currently finding some support on the 51 RSI. On the 3-hour, we're about to start moving into some ranging territory. Moving back to the ascending triangle formation on the 4-hour chart, I just want to lay out what exactly would negate this formation. If we were to break below this ascending triangle, the bottom ascending triangle line, breaking down below one of the previous lows, that would essentially negate the formation and mark that we are pretty much done with this trend and moving down. So I have given out a warning to my VIPs. If we do break out of the 66.20, possibly below there, then this trend would be entirely negated and the price is very likely to go for a pretty heavy dip. And no matter which direction we break out of this, we are definitely going to break out with a lot of force, either up or down. Now moving to the 1-day chart, just want to lay out this other formation that I'm seeing on the 1-day chart. I am actually seeing a potential bull flag forming, which is basically formed by a flagpole up and then a flag and then another flagpole up. Obviously the side trending consolidation area would form the flag, and the projected flagpole target would actually hit up close to that 69.10 resistance, marking the very likely peak to this bull rally. While there's a lot of technical analysis that actually supports us breaking up from this, there is also equal amount of technical analysis that supports us breaking down. Now what concerns me about the ascending triangle that I drew on this 4-hour chart is we also saw an ascending triangle formation previously on the 4-hour, which resulted in a massive breakdown once we broke through. And we did actually break out of that formation pretty early, posting a lower low down to the 63.70, which was obviously a lower low than the 63.90. So this essentially broke the ascending triangle that I drew back here and broke the entire cycle. Now what's different with this one obviously is if we go back to the 1-day chart, this formation was actually formed still in a bear trend, and we are currently in a bull trend on the SAR dots. And again, SAR is a measurement of whether the trend is bullish or bearish. What also concerns me is that the Kijun-sen has stopped elevating. When moving bullish, the price normally stays pretty high above the Kijun-sen and then eventually retraces back to it. So this isn't too concerning, but it is something to keep an eye on. Now moving back to the 4-hour to take a look at that previous ascending triangle, you see we did have a 4-hour TK crossover signal just before this giant dump. Now I am going to be watching this 4-hour Kijun-sen like a hawk, and I will give that warning out to my free VIPs if I see a potential TK crossover forming, indicating that we may be breaking this trend and going for a dip. I'll also give a warning to my free VIPs if I see the trend reverse and entire pattern shattered. But we're definitely getting ready for a really big movement here. No matter which way we're going to be breaking out of this with force, either up or down. So I am expecting some fireworks here on Bitcoin within the next day, maybe even sooner, possibly 2 days at the latest. So before I get on with the rest of my technical analysis here, if you'd like to join my free Telegram for insights on the market, including Bitcoin, altcoins, and a sneak peek of my personal entries and exits, join t.me/cryptosnakepit. Links directly to the chat and a link on how to install Telegram, which is a free chat program I use to communicate with my VIPs, in the description below. We've also been pulling some savage gains this month in the VIP group. You can see a preview of the gains we've made this month, and right now I'm getting geared up for some massive gains for this next bull run. I've given out a list of potentially discount altcoins I plan to ride for the bull run to my VIPs, as well as some hot altcoin swing positions every week. If you want information on how to get into the VIP group to be part of these trades, the information is also in the description below. So I want to discuss the overall trend for Bitcoin, and we're going to go ahead and switch over to my other chart and switch to the daily as well. One thing I want to discuss with the overall trend on the daily is that we have been posting lower peaks continually And now while this is short-term bearish, this is also very bullish long-term, as this means we are starting to tighten in this range. And it does coincide with the market cycle. As this range is tightening, we're very likely to start our next bull run and break out of this position. So why I want to look at this overall trend right now actually is, in the short term, I want to see maybe where this peak could potentially peak out at. And this trend basically sets us around the 7,000 range, or somewhere between the 6,900s to the 7,000. Which again coincides with the price that I laid out in the previous video and the resistance at 69.10 and the heavy resistance at 7,200, which I don't think we're going to break. As I laid out in the previous video, I did think it was very likely that we'll hit the 69.10, but I don't see us actually passing through the 7,200. Now we may tap this and then break down, but I don't see us actually breaking up and pushing to 20k off of this pump. Now before we move into the overview of the market health today, I want to take a look at the Heiken Ashi. As we are still moving green, we're still pumping some money into the market, even though we're posting red candles on the daily, and we are having trouble breaking into this one-day cloud. Moving down to the 4-hour, we are still posting some red candles, but the price obviously is still remaining within this range, so indicating consolidation. And the volume is also dropping, which also coincides with a potential breakout. And this is essentially continued throughout this entire side trend, with money going in, money going out, money going in, and is very likely to continue until we go to our breakout. So as for the market health, altcoins have actually been making a decent pump today. Now with Bitcoin side trending, they're actually able to grow a little bit on their own, somewhere between 3 to 12% per position. My VIPs actually got access to one of my trades that I closed earlier once Bitcoin started side trending for a solid 15% on ICN. And moving on to the Bitcoin dominance, again, we're still seeing that side trending motion. We really haven't changed much on Bitcoin dominance, very slight decrease. This slight decrease obviously has more to do with the increase on Ripple, as it is percentage based. Speaking of Ripple, Ripple is basically doing the same formation right now. We are just side trending in this area on the 4-hour chart, breaking down into that 4-hour RSI. I still do believe that this position is going to break down very heavily from this, and a lot of people who bought in this area are going to get burned. So I'm personally staying entirely away from Ripple right now. There was actually a major news announcement. YouTube now allows content creators to be paid in Ripple. Now as for the technical analysis right now on Ripple, I do actually think that this is going to break down. As I said, we do have a potential TK crossover on the 4-hour forming, which is also formed on the 3-hour, and we are respecting this Kijinsen as it's dropping. Volume is also decreasing on Ripple as we're going into the weekend. As for Ethereum, I actually am getting very bullish on Ethereum. Volume has been increasing, and we are actually moving for a potential daily TK crossover. Now, while the price is a little bit overextended, and I do think that is going to go down just very slightly down to around the 225 mark, I think overall Ethereum may start recovering here very shortly. So I have been bagging up more Ethereum, and I think the future for Ethereum is actually very bright, especially if we come in to test this one-day cloud. We could be seeing the upper 300s again. So just to summarize my technical analysis for today, Ethereum bullish, XRP bearish, Bitcoin short-term bullish. Eventually I do believe we are going to be seeing that 6,200 area again, but I'm more leaning to a nice green lightsaber candle out of this, breaking up to the 69.10 area, testing that before eventually breaking back down. So that's it for today's technical analysis. If you do make any trades today, I wish you luck. Please join me in my free Telegram at t.me/cryptosnakepit, where I give up-to-the-minute updates on Bitcoin and my personal exits and entries for the private VIP group. Also included is our private VIP chat, where you can chat with many of our experienced savage traders, get personal technical analysis from me, and answer any questions you might have. This is CryptoSnake, signing off.